Wait. Probably got some gas in there. Sorry. All right, let's go. Don't even start, Cabbage Boy.
Hi, we're at Classic Blend Games number 86. Happy to have you here, and thank you for being you. What do we do here?
What do we do, Kenny? We take two classic, wonderful video games, randomly generated, one for him, one for me. We don't know what each other has, but we will find out. And once we do find out, we'll talk about them a little bit. Then we're going to make a brand new game, sequel, prequel, side thing, whatever it is. We're going to make a brand new 80s shared universe video game. That's what we do.
We want every game to cross paths with every video game.
Whether they're great or they suck, doesn't matter. Point is,
True.
It's what we do. However,
yes.
Before we start,
yes,
you want to ask me something?
I want to ask you a question, Chris. You have your Marios, you have your Pac-Mans, you have your Sonics, you have your Keith Courage or Bonk, depending on who you like. Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite mascot? Like one of those mascot games, like a character with an attitude kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the criteria? They have to have a tude?
I'm just saying, like that's what they all tried to do after Sonic became big, like Bubsy and
I'm going to tell
Arrow
you
the Acrobat and all that.
Right now, sitting here, I really like Yoshi. Is
really?
Yoshi one?
I don't think Yoshi is. Yoshi's like a supporting character.
Oh.
He's not.
All right.
Mascot. Like every company had one. Every single one of them.
So if we're going back in the day,
like even Electronic Arts had one, right? It was James Pond. Remember James Pond?
All right. Well,
come on. Like everybody tried to have their
deep
their
cut, but I don't think that
character.
really. All right.
Everybody tried.
You know what? I like Crash Bandicoot only because I really enjoyed the PlayStation. Mm-hmm. I mean, Mario's cool, but
I don't think it came out in '95, but that's okay.
What?
That's out of our wheelhouse, as you say. That was after.
Yeah. So I mean, for Super Nintendo, Mario and Yoshi. To me, that was the mascot. Like, that was it. Like, when you saw him sitting on... He had the cape on. He's sitting on Yoshi. Like, that's...
Yeah, Yoshi was a power-up.
You know? Well, how about you?
Me?
You're shooting down everyone I say, so how about you?
I for some reason, I like Bubsy. I like that game, Bubsy, because it was like having Sonic on the Super NES. Even though it was also on the Genesis, but Bubsy.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, really.
You know? There was like Bubsy, Arrow the Acrobat, that was Sunsoft. Bubsy was Accolade.
Yeah.
James Pond was Electronic Arts. Konami had like Rocket Knight, whoever the heck that was.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Capcom was like Mega Man, right?
I guess,
you
yeah,
can say that was theirs. Even though they tried Captain Commando, and that didn't work.
I say Yoshi. All right. So we've got two games. We're gonna. I'm gonna show you what I have, Kenneth, and you're gonna enjoy it, whether you like it or not.
Okay, Return of the Jedi. There you go.
For what?
That's the arcade. Return of the Jedi for the arcade.
He's got Cadillacs and Dinosaurs again.
For the arcade.
For the arcade.
Not again. This is not the second Cataclysm. This is the first Cataclysm.
Okay, all right, okay.
Not really. It's just called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Okay, great.
Sweet. Tell me about Return of the Jedi for the arcade.
1984.
I'm picturing it.
Upright cabinet. This was an upright cabinet. I think they had one we sat down too, but this one was the upright.
Well, the old original Star Wars game, they had a sit down one. I don't know if they.
Well, no, this had a cockpit and it was upright. This had both apparently.
Okay. That's what you say.
That's what Wiki says.
This is the one that was like the forest battle, correct?
Well, we'll get into that. Yeah. This was one of the first games. Okay, so this game used raster graphics. Do you know the difference between raster and vector graphics?
I thought it was raster.
Raster. Raster graphics are bitmaps.
Yes.
They're images being manipulated. Vector graphics are the shapes that can scale and everything like that, right? The first and the third of Star Wars arcade games had them. So the second one didn't. So Empire Strikes Back didn't have them, but Star Wars and this one did. This game is your three different vehicles. You're playing... it's isometric, so 3/4 view, top-down 3/4 view. There were a bunch of stages, and you either played as speeder bike
Yep.
on Endor, trying to get to the Ewok village. You played as the Millennium Falcon, destroying the Death Star.
Cool.
And then the third stage was you alternated between Millennium Falcon and an ATST.
Okay.
Chewbacca and an
Really?
ATST.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And it
so
just
you were,
it
you were
swapped.
Lando Chewbacca.
Right. But what's interesting is I'm like, why didn't the Death Star... They fought the Death Star while on Endor. It was happening at the same time.
Yes.
But this last stage had you going against a Star Destroyer.
Well, there were Star Destroyers up there.
Right, but what I'm saying is the second stage is where you destroy the Death Star, and the third stage was the alternating battle in this game. It's very weird. It's not... I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you. It's very weird. Now, this is my gameplay. Guess what? I'm not great at it. Okay?
That's so not centered.
Whatever. It'll be centered when I do when I fix it in post. You want me to center it? Yeah, this was Endor, and,
Yeah.
and you had to go in there.
That's fine.
There were tricks to this though. There were tricks. Like one trick was
it's like slalom, like you're skiing.
it is. So you had to get away from these guys. You could bump them,
Yeah.
and knock them into
Like
things.
bump and jump.
Yeah, you could knock them into things. You could shoot them. Obviously, I died a lot. I did manage to beat the level at some point. I don't know if we're going to see it or not, but I did manage to beat the level. And like I said, I mean that's really all there is. And once you did it,
Yeah.
you'd go up a level,
Okay.
and you have to redo the whole thing again.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So there's really only these three stages,
So
and
it
then
was
you
the
just keep
three,
going.
and then it just kept cycling.
And then it'd go to level 2, and then level 3.
I gotcha.
You didn't see it in the very beginning. It let you pick difficulty.
Yeah.
And it like gives you like all these points or
yeah,
whatever,
that's
or
cool.
how many points you had to get or something like
Nice.
that.
All
So
right.
see, I died.
I
And
like
whatever
it.
came
Very
back.
cool. All right. Well, I mean, creatures and sci-fi, right, are also staples of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, which was originally it's based on a comic called Xenozoic Tales.
Dude, but we had this for what though?
We had it on Sega CD.
Okay, there we go.
All right, this is arcade now. Totally different game, two different
Remember
companies.
that game?
Everything.
That was weird what we made.
Yeah.
That weird game.
So, listen up. The comic, now I have to repeat myself again because you didn't pay
I heard
attention.
you. I heard
Comic
you. Move
originally
forward.
called what?
Protozoic and whatever the heck. It doesn't matter.
Xenozoic Tales by Mark Schultz, published by Kitchen Sink Press.
That's dumb.
Okay, this game was made in the arcade in 1993 by Capcom. It was a fighting game, not unlike their Final Fight series, okay? 26th century black marketeers begin hunting dinosaurs, all right, for some unknown reason. It made them violent. It attacks. The dinosaurs are now attacking villagers or attacking people.
So
No
they go-
good.
they go on hunts.
So there's a batch of people. There's Jack, the mechanic and shaman. Okay, there's Hannah, who's a diplomat and an explorer. Then there is Mustafa, who is a friend and an engineer. That's
Okay.
it's just a friend and an engineer. And then there's Mess Obradovich. He's mysterious.
Mess?
Yes, his name is Mess, and he's mysterious. These people band together
Okay.
to stop the marketeers, the black marketeers,
hunting.
from
Now,
hunting the dinosaurs.
not to go back to that other
Start
game.
playing this, and because there's a little stuff a little bit later in here that I'd like you to see. You don't have to look right away, but you can continue your conversation with me.
What was the premise
Stage select.
of the other game?
What game?
The Sega CD one.
it
That was a
doesn't matter.
side scrolling,
No,
right? I'm just saying because it's two different.
No, this is a fighting game. The other one was like a
There's a brawler.
full motion video.
This is a brawling game, not a fighting game.
it's not.
Fighting
It's
is
I call this a fighting game. A one-on-one fighting game is completely different. This is a fighting game.
I call them brawlers. These are brawlers.
So if you want to call it a brawler, it's a brawler. But you see how you just get
It's
these.
just
these
yeah,
enemies.
basically.
It is
yeah.
Final Fight.
I remember playing this game
But
in the arcade.
if you notice, did I just pick up the gun and just start shooting? There are a lot of cool weapons in this game, and I would definitely like you to see a little bit into this.
Is this multiplayer?
Yes, up to 3 players.
Oh, we're
The
gonna play
arcade
this.
game was.
That's fun.
So we're gonna play this. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool.
All right,
Let me just see. I want to tell you. I believe it.
all right. Well,
is
I want
a,
to start making this game. Let's start.
Yeah, start making this.
Let's start making our game. All right, cool.
Up to
looks
3
great.
players. Yes.
It's
So
a
it's
beat
kinda
'em up.
cool.
Yeah, see, it's a beat 'em up.
So leave it on the screen. There's some stuff I want you to see to be able to, when we make the.
Fine.
the
let
other
me know
game.
when it's there because I want to start
Yes,
thinking.
yes, so we can start
Return to the
thinking, but I just
Jedi.
wanna
You
tell
fight in vehicles. I
But
mean,
that's the thing is Star Wars had a lot of creatures, right?
Yeah,
And
okay.
sci-fi and everything. This is kind of creatures and sci-fi. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead, keep going.
I think that's kind of a thing. Like, do we want to bring dinosaurs into the Star Wars universe?
Well, there were. I mean, not technically, but there were. Yeah, well, there were. Especially in the re-release of the original, there were those dinosaur-looking things, and there were the big. What were they called? That the sand people, those big elephant things. What are they called again? Wampas in the desert in Tatooine.
Oh no, those were
what those called?
dewbacks. They had dewbacks, and they had the
no. All right, not the dewbacks. Those are the lizard guys, the big with the horns. They were like big mammoths only. Remember, they used to ride them.
The Tusken Raiders would ride them.
Yeah, what were those called?
See, there's a dinosaur.
Okay.
Here's a boss.
So what I'm just saying is,
I don't know why I can't think what the heck those stupid things are called, man.
Dinosaurs wouldn't be out of place in Star Wars. Well, right. So I'm just saying we have the dewbacks, we have those things. So you have them. So what are you saying? What are you trying to say to me? What do you want to do? We have vehicles in this one. You want to ride the dinosaurs?
Planet Earth. Okay, you have different continents.
That's where I live.
We have different continents that have different indigenous life forms, correct?
Sure.
Am I allowed to say indigenous, or is
Whatever,
that usually
man.
plants?
No, you can say indigenous.
I think indigenous.
Indigenous
is like,
people. Yeah, no, you can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you have. You have the giraffes, right? Africa, is that right?
Okay, sure. Get to your point.
Moose, North America.
Okay, we
right?
get it. Yes.
I get.
What are you saying?
Don't rush me. I'm trying to gather my thoughts as I speak. You're rushing me, and my thoughts aren't complete
Am I still
yet.
looking at this?
You can. I want you to see the next stage. Is the
All right.
reason
Well, go
why I'm
ahead.
doing
Keep
this.
talking.
So what I'm saying is, we saw the forest moon of Endor in Return of the Jedi, where
Right.
the Ewoks were.
Right.
What about other continents on the forest moon? Obviously, it wasn't just Ewoks around the whole entire Earth. There were probably other creatures, other animals.
Well,
Therefore, dinosaurs.
I mean, yeah. I mean that's fine.
So
I'm already sold on the concept of dinosaurs.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I would like to maybe just take that and maybe something Star Wars on the other side of the world of the moon, where there are.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's yes.
Okay.
But what do we do? What is it? Is it a beat 'em up?
Oh, a Star Wars beat 'em up. I don't think they've made anything like that.
Because
I want you to check this out real quick. This is the next level. There's your Cadillac, Chris.
Well, you take Cadillac to the edge of the jungle. Okay,
and now you're going through this, and check out these dinosaurs that start popping through. See that?
Oh, okay.
They start coming through and everything like that. They're a little crazy, but you don't have to fight the dinosaurs. You can hit them, but you don't have to fight them.
Yeah.
And there's this really cool thing where you get this gun, and start just shooting the heck out of people.
Okay.
Watch this.
So you got to figure out how to pick
Bang,
it up.
bang.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
cool, because Star Wars also had guns.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is the stuff that I want you to be able to see. So I would like to make it something like this, but Star Wars. Let's do that.
A beat 'em up. A Star Wars
All right?
beat 'em up.
You're an Ewok, and you can walk around picking up weapons.
Hold on. I'm turning this
Shooting
off now. I'm
dinosaurs.
turning this off now.
That's fine.
I just got to make. Go ahead. Okay. So I like that. A beat 'em up. I don't think there's ever been. I mean, no, because that's a platformer. All this
Yeah.
Super Nintendo stuff for platformers.
Remember they had Batman Returns?
Yeah.
Konami, Super NES,
that-
which was
was that
just like Cadillacs and Dinosaurs and Final Fight.
Yeah. Okay.
But
okay.
I don't think they've done that with Star Wars. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're gonna do it. So
So
who are
we're
the
only
characters?
taking the Star Wars aspect of the Return of the Jedi arcade game.
Well, yeah, the Endor Return of the Jedi.
Can we do like
Let's
a
do the
vehicle?
Moon of
Can we do a
Endor.
vehicle too? Like a vehicle?
We should have
Level or
We should have a
something?
Death Star level, but Lando's not in the Millennium Falcon. It's like a buddy thing where it's okay. I like the idea of the stages bouncing around. I like the idea of you're on the speeder bike in one level. I like the idea that you're in the Millennium Falcon the next. I like that idea. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a level where you are Luke and Leia, right? They jump off the speeder bikes and they're walking around punching. Who are those dudes? The scout troopers, right? Ewoks are running and stuff. You can hit the Ewoks.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna
Can you
make it like
kick an
Golden
Ewok so it goes into a...
We're gonna make it like Golden Axe, where that little elf comes in
Yeah.
and he starts stealing things from you and everything, and you punch him and he like pops things out of him and everything like that. That's what we're doing. That's
Punching
Ewoks.
Wicket?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you're punching Wicket.
We're going to beat up Wicket.
So that's what's gonna happen there. Just random Ewoks. It doesn't
Okay,
have to
yeah.
be Wicket. All right. Next level is gonna be Nien Nunb and Lando on the Death Star, and you have to blow it up. It's little creative liberties. They're not flying the ship.
Okay.
They jump out of the Millennium Falcon, and now they're just running around the Death Star.
Well-
and they're gonna punch people. And there's also gonna be Luke and Darth Vader fighting the Emperor and the Royal Guards.
Okay.
So they're going to be
So all
those
just
are your
all
three
just beat 'em
levels.
ups. Okay.
Yes.
Because we have a suggestion from Rancid saying that you can go for a Zelda 2 type thing of overhead area with beat 'em up side-scrolling sections.
Let's do that. Okay, we'll add that. I like that idea. That's
Because
a very
I
good
like
idea.
I like what I'm saying. Like I like the 3/4 view stuff. You know.
No, I know it's cool. So
overhead
we'll
stuff.
use a 3/4 view in place of the Zelda 2 thing,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't have to be top down exactly like Zelda 2.
Well, no. I'm saying 3.
But
Yeah, like just
the
have it
isometric,
separate. Yeah, you
we'll
get to a
have that.
place, then you go in,
Yeah,
and you're gonna
okay.
do the thing.
So you use your vehicle to get to the place, kind of like the.
There's a small stage to get there, right?
The original Star Wars, if I'm not mistaken, on the NES.
Oh, like Tatooine when you
Yeah,
were
you
going
run around. You go around on your land speeder and you get out, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Ultra
Yeah,
Games,
true,
Teenage
yeah,
Mutant
true,
Ninja
yeah.
Turtles, where you ride around the party wagon, right?
Right, yeah.
And then you got out and you went into the sewer
Yeah.
and you can find stuff kind of like that. So that's a very good idea. Thanks, Rancid. That's an
Yeah.
awesome idea.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
And I do like you like the buddies, Luke and Leia, Nien Nunb and Lando, and then Luke. Oh, okay. So later in the game, it's gonna be Luke again. Luke and Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Just teaming up, and those are the levels.
That's fine.
I think that's a really cool idea.
I like it.
Dinosaurs also. There have to be dinosaurs
They'll
in
be
the
in
game,
there.
right?
Well,
They're
yeah,
going to be crazy creatures in the game,
Yeah,
regardless.
and you
so-
can beat them up, and you can
yeah.
do whatever.
So because the other side of Endor have a lot of dinosaurs over there, man.
All right, what are we calling it?
Ooh, you know what we should call it? You know what we're calling it, Chris?
What?
I think we're going to call it like Land Speeders and Rancors.
I forgot about
Or
Rancors.
land Speeders and Wampas, or something like that. It's got to be like instead of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Okay.
X-Wings and Wampas, X-Wings and Rancors, what do you want to call it?
I mean, X-wings are. Do we have X-wings in our game here? Do we have a level?
doesn't matter.
Not really.
Come on, man. They drove in with a Cadillac and jumped out
Well,
and
right,
started
but I'm saying,
fighting people.
well, just to go
Luke's
along
gonna
with
come
that,
in with an X-Wing, jump
then
out,
jump out,
and he's
then,
gonna.
yeah. Okay.
You know,
Well, he did
Or the
do
land
that,
speeder,
yeah.
or land speeders, or not land speeders, it's speeder bikes.
But is that readily known, like an X-wing? So you see X-wing, you're like, oh, that's Star Wars.
So
X-Wings.
X-Wings and think of a creature.
I like
X-Wings and
Rancors.
Jawas. Like, what do you want to call
Well,
it?
Jawas, you're not gonna. That's not a creature per se. It's a being.
You saying my cats aren't beings?
Yeah, the cats
like
are
cats.
beings,
So the
but they're
Wampas
not.
are-
But they're not.
So Jawas.
No, Jawas aren't animals. They're not people. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, getting off topic here.
So it's gonna be called Return of the Jedi.
X-wings and what did we just say? Oh, you made me forget now. Not dewbacks. I don't want to say dewbacks.
That would be fun. X-Wings and Dewbacks.
I mean, that is kind of cool. Hot Times in Death Star Valley. No, man, whatever. Yeah, X-wings and dewbacks.
No, Dewbacks weren't in that one. Rancors were.
See, Rancors. Yeah, X-wings and
Ooh, X-Wings and Sarlaccs.
we fight in a Sarlacc pit. Yeah,
I don't know. It's up to you, man. X-Wing and Wampas.
fine Wampas.
Hey, they're part of the lore, man. They were from Empire Strikes Back, but hey, creative liberties. That's how we do this.
So Wampas. Is it W-O-M? P-A?
W-A-M-P-A-S.
W-A-M? All right,
Thanks so much for sticking with us on this one. Thank you very much for the good suggestions, Rancid. We really do appreciate it.
fine. Word.
That's good stuff.
Definitely.
Go Eagles. Or not. Bills. Go Bills. Right?
Yeah.
Bills. Go Bills.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You know, I lost a Super Bowl bet to the stupid Bills back in the day. Thought they were going to beat the Cowboys,
I think
and they
many of
didn't.
us did.
They didn't.
All I know is I just remember all the times they beat the Giants. Anyway, finish the show. What do we do?
What do we do?
What do we do? Tell them.
Check out our other Classic Blend episodes. We have some movie, we have some TV, we have some toys, we have some cartoon episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to check that stuff out. Also, we will find out in other episodes if Chris even 80s Bros
Right.
trivia game show. You can play along in the comments
That's right.
section, or
That's
just laugh at how much he doesn't really 80s.
Or how much I do 80s.
That's it. Hall Notes is a pickup video that we do. You know, people like to see how we get the archive behind us.
By pickup, he means the stuff like Toy Hall, like things that he gets from
It's called Hall Notes.
sold separately. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that.
So Yeah, and when do we record, Chris?
We record every Monday night live on Twitch and YouTube. You can check us out 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can also get to us at Retro Squad on any of the social media platforms of your choosing.
Continue the conversation. What would you have named this game? What other kind of levels would you like to see? What other characters? What other team-ups would you like to see? I think there could be some other cool little team-ups on here.
This would be an arcade game, so they have the little add-on boards they used to put in the machines.
Oh, yeah. Like version 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching.
We're going to play these games on a new show called Game On with Chris and Ken.
Yep.
Game On with an exclamation point.
Yep.
That's how we do it.
So you can see us fail at these games. Game On is pretty cool because we have a thing called Squadifiers where we take a 20-sided die and we roll that die, and guess what? Whatever comes up, we do a silly thing while playing the game.
Such as holding the controller upside down, me trying to annoy him, or, as recommended by one of our viewers,
the game is sped up and you got to play the game that way.
Yep. So
a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of interesting, fun little tweaks, and you know what? Sometimes it gets a little boring to see people just play the same old games.
That's true.
And we're going to play a lot of retro games, and we're going to play them in different ways that you've never seen before.
Kenny, say an 80s thing.
80s and forever.
Sure.